thanking the cards for showing us what we need to see, telling us what we need to hear, helping us to understand what we need to know. We know that the cards do not lie. We trust in what comes through. And I thank you for letting me be this channeler of these messages to the collective tonight. So I typically pull a past, present, and future card. I did that tonight as well. For our past card, I pulled the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is very emotionally stable. Pulling this as a past card shows me that we've been through a lot. We've gotten a better handle on our emotions now. We're not reacting so radically. We're not letting fear and uncertainty set in the same way. We've got more control on it. And when we're holding the cups in our hands, we might also really be learning how to not let those emotions spill over. So I talked about the lashing out or the overpowering, overbearing of conversation, not fully expressing ourselves. All of these things are things that we have to work on. But the Queen of Cups notices that we are doing the work and tells us now that we are definitely more emotionally stable than we were in the past, even if we're still feeling overwhelmed now. Also notice her green dress symbolizing her moving from her heart chakra. She's sitting on her throne. She's not standing on it. She's not, being really aggressive on it. She's humbled. She's been through a lot. She's been through challenging times herself. She's learned how to handle her emotions. And she understands that others might be going through those things right now. And so she sits down to be on their level. We have to start looking at ourselves and how we relate to the world around us. And we have to start navigating it all with a little bit more empathy, sympathy, and understanding. Life is hard for a lot of people right now. Life is super emotional for a lot of people right now. And it's probably the same for you too, but we're all going through challenging times. We're all fighting our own battles right now. And it's important to relate to that with others in as many ways as possible. I think that this is a time where we're definitely not agreeing wholeheartedly on a lot of things. And it's okay to disagree, but do we have to be vile? Do we have to shut ourselves off from each other? Do we have to be cruel? I don't think we do. I think that we can set boundaries if we need to, but I also think that we can be a little bit more open-minded and open-hearted to each other's experiences and what they've been through. We're all reacting from our own programming and the things that we've been through. So remember that when you're interacting with others right now. I do also think a little bit that this Queen of Cups represents Mother Mary, as in the mother of Jesus. We're in the time of Christmas and the celebration of the birth of Christ. And this Queen of Cups holding this golden Holy Grail in her hand does represent that Christ consciousness and the Holy Grail lineage. So remember right now to live from your holy self. Look back on your past when maybe you weren't your spiritual holy self, and make the commitment moving forward to live in a higher consciousness, not only right now, but for the rest of the entire year and all the time moving forward. When you start to rule from your heart and from this Christ consciousness, you don't feel the need to be so powerful. Everything kind of comes to you with ease. For the present card, I pulled Judgment. And interestingly enough, it's represented by the number 22 and the planet of Pluto. So we're moving into 2022. This is the last full moon of 2021. There is a lot of judgment at play. We're probably judging this past year, these past few years, judging our lives, judging the way things played out. But this angel is saying, don't judge yourself so much, but just find the wisdom and move forward. She's blowing a trumpet of celebration because there's a whole new world to come. And we have the chance to begin again. And this time of the year, as we wrap up an old year and bring in a new year, we bring in that concept of second chances. We develop new habits. We get back into routine. We start to regain structure over our life. And this planet of Pluto ruling this card says, yes, it's time to take back control. It's time to take back control of our energy. It's time to navigate these unknown waters with the wisdom that we have gained. And it's time to trust that we're protected as we navigate it all. Even when we feel alone, even when we feel like we're journeying through the underworld in the most challenging of times, there are always light beings around us, and there's always that light to return to. So if you find yourself right now in this full moon, reflecting on your past with remorse, finding yourself attached in a way that you don't need to, in a way that's unhealthy, give yourself permission to let go and know that you are creating space for something bigger, better, and new. For the feature card, I pulled Temperance, the angel of time, standing in the river of time with her foot right in the present. Every present moment is a gift. And as we go into the future, it's going to be more important to recognize that and really see the value that every moment has to offer us. This angel of time is pouring from cup to cup. This kind of reminds me of the transfer of prana and apana, controlling the breath. Moving from this deep inhale and deep exhale, deep breaths through things, through challenging times, finding more temperance, finding more patience. And also finding more patience as we continue to discover more about our own internal selves and our own waters and our emotions. The pouring from cup to cup here on the card does represent emotional alchemy. So we might start to feel differently about things from our past as we move forward, or we might learn to react in a different way as we move into the future. This Temperance card is represented literally by Sagittarius and the number 14, which is a number of growth. So Sagittarius, again, bringing in that energy of the huntress, the hunter, the archer, somebody that goes after what they want. But maybe being patient along the way. Think about the hunter that has its game or its prey come across. It doesn't just fire the arrow haphazardly. It doesn't just fire it all of a sudden without any thought, right? They pull back the arrow and they wait patiently. They wait for that target to just line up before they release. Or maybe the target moves on. They didn't have an opportunity to take it, but they know another target is coming along the way. So Sagittarius energy, especially in a future card, that reminds us to continue to go after our goals, go after our heart's desires, aim our arrow true, but be patient along the way. And if things don't meet your expectations, like if expectations do not come to reality, trust that something bigger and better is on its way. This is the angel of time in the river of time, past flowing into present, flowing into future. If things that you expected in your past do not come to fruition into your present, stay open to your dreams, maybe restructure how you're going after them and believe that you can still make them come true, because you can. But you've got to breathe through it. And you've got to make some decisions on how you handle your energy and how you respond. So just to recap, past card, Queen of Cups. We've been through a lot. We're now handling our emotions. We're better equipped for what's going to come. And we're learning to live out of a more spiritual side of ourselves. Move into a holy consciousness. Learning to be sympathetic and empathetic to others, and learn to listen to each other's stories so that we have more understanding. The present card brings us judgment, an angel blowing the trumpet, celebrating all that's ending and all that's to come, new beginnings, second chances. The number 22, inviting us into taking back control of our life, this planet of Pluto coming into the card. Take back your power. Take back your energy and how you exchange it with others, and reevaluate so that you don't find yourself judging experiences as you move forward into the future. Everything feels good. Everything feels like it's working out. Finally, for the future, we have Temperance, the angel of time and the river of time, bringing in the energy of the number 14 for growth and Sagittarius. It's time to be patient. It's time to take deep breaths. Our breath is one of the most powerful tools we have. It's time to utilize that tool and let ourselves not only go after our goals, but be open to all possibilities that come our way.